Let's talk about Tony Khan's press conference on media call that he did yesterday, because Britt Baker hasn't been seen on AEW television since November, where she defeated Penelope Ford. We've not heard from her since. She's not mentioned she's injured. In fact, she's not really mentioned anything at all, but there have been quite a few rumblings as of late. Could she be leaving AEW? Could she be trying to force her way out of the company? Well, Tony Khan was directly asked about it last night, and he said, "I've had no such conversations with Britt Baker. Britt Baker is an AEW talent. I love Britt Baker. But the roster is so stacked right now, there isn't enough space for everybody." Basically, he said that Britt Baker is benched, and she could be benched for the rest of 2025. Shard, let me know your thoughts on this.
So I feel like that is a politically correct answer from him in a sense. The avenue of not giving a lot of to people to chew, like the media to kind of confirm any rumblings, or maybe he's just not able to talk about situations in a private manner between them. Maybe he's just trying to brush it. But to say that you outright don't have a slot for her is kind of wild to think. And I understand, right? It is very difficult to go ahead and get a lot of people and everybody on television. We see it on WWE, we see it on AEW. We're like, where's our favorite wrestler? It may be. But it's also loyalty. There's also looking out for people that kind of got you in this position. And that's one thing that I see with Britt Baker. Britt Baker, to no one's surprise, is a bona fide superstar. And if you want to deny it, you are just outright hating her for whatever personal vendetta you may have. She is the first woman signed on the roster, but she's the first woman that is a pure star on that roster. She carried that women's division on her back for the entirety until they finally got more primetime players onto it. Before they got Stat, Willow, Tony Storm, Mercedes. She was really that girl. Her and Thunder Rosa were putting in that storyline, putting in that classic match. And I don't know what the situation may be, but if she wants to work, I feel like you have to kind of, weave a way to get her in the storyline. And this comes to the same, debate we have all the time, and we're going to talk about it in a little bit too. The time allocated for women's wrestling, right? That is a reoccurring conversation that we've had on this show for a while, and it's something that you got to open up the Pandora's box and kind of see what's going on here, because Britt Baker is more than talented to be given TV time, more than talented to give a storyline to. I could damn near give you 4 or 5 storylines or potential feuds if you wanted me to, right? Like, she's so much of a star. She's so ready-made in regards to TV. I don't think there's a woman maybe besides Becky Lynch who cuts, on script promos than her. She has that authenticity that MJF has. Like, she should be on TV, and I hope she's on TV, because I think AEW has one of arguably the most underrated women's divisions in all of pro wrestling. It's very deep, but it's also a lot of unsung heroes on there. And I think you add her to it, potentially feuding with a person like Willow, maybe her and Mercedes can make right. Like, it can make great TV. So I hope whatever, weird situation that's happening between her and AEW that we don't know about, we may know about, I hope it gets resolved, because I want to see my dentist on TV. Not my actual dentist, but
your
Honestly,
actual
I'm
dentist.
thinking about getting my teeth fixed.
But do you know what, though, Shard? I actually believe Tony Khan here. I really do think this is a creative choice. I think he saw the work she was doing last year towards All In and at All In, and saw, hey, Britt Baker, let's be completely honest about it, isn't looking as good as she did a year or two before. But, in my opinion, the reason for that was ring rust. It was about the fact she wasn't getting those reps. She wasn't being given those opportunities. And after you said that, Shad, you kind of actually...
Are you not going to let me sink my teeth into this?
I don't.
I was about to drop the bombshell.
So
okay, bombshell me. That's on me. That's on me.
You've changed my mind on this. I now think Tony Khan has done Britt Baker dirty. You are right. She was there from day one. She was an OG. She held that women's division when nobody else did. And guess what? As soon as it got elevated because of the work that she did, Tony Khan just threw her to one side.
And you know what else kind of caused the issue? That first topic, when they did that show and you saw the beef between her and Thunder Rosa, and everyone is saying that there's bullying and all that going on. That's why you don't show everything.
Oh, that's come back to bite me.
That's why you don't need to show everything, bro. Like, anyways, but regardless of that, I do think, because here's the thing, right? I think, let me give Tony Khan credit for a second. I think his media, like, PR has improved vastly, like, as of late compared to what it was a few years ago. He doesn't let questions rumble him. He gives a lot of well thought out answers that are very, politically correct, but also, gives you a little bit that you can, kind of sink your teeth in a little bit. Where's the Britt Baker? And to me, the answer that he gave yesterday is kind of a nothing burger. Like, we don't know what's going on, and that's the good part about it. I think you can go back. Like, I feel like no bridge can, like, any bridge can get resolved, especially with them. Britt Baker loves Tony Khan. Tony Khan loves Britt Baker. They have made a lot of money together in this industry with each other, right? And she got her in position to be the star that she is today. And she is a big reason why AEW's women's division is renowned to what it is. Like, I love Toni Storm. I think she's probably going to be known as the biggest success women's story out there. But like you said, it's a pioneer, like, who did it.
Yeah.
Like I know Britt Baker is a polarizing figure to people, but
Dr. Britt Baker. Have some respect, Shad.
Do you know what, though? I've now changed my mind again on this subject, because in sports, right? I mean, it's not really the same, though, is it? No, because that's I do agree. Tony Khan is
cavities in your argument.
Yeah, no, there are. Because I was thinking in sports, if you got to upgrade your team, you got to upgrade your team. But in this case, it's not, it's not like they're going against another team or something, and Britt Baker's more than good enough.
You just got to put the braces on, straighten it out.
Plus, the other thing is this too. Like, we're going to talk about evolution in a second. Like, WWE has stacked the deck on adding superstar women on the roster, right? So, AEW can have a bunch of superstar women, and it can all be cohesive and work together. It's not like, oh, you're only allowed to have 5. Like, no, you can have
that's the biggest
10 to 15 if you need to. So,
she won that Owen Hart crown, and I think, she should be filling a role. Oh, man, the tooth jokes are just, I can't stop.
We've got to move on before this gets out of hand. I want to quickly read out some comments. Garrett says Willow versus Megan would be a banger. I mean, yeah, off topic, but I'd love to see that. Garrett says Britt replaced MJF as the 4th pillar. Yeah, CM Punk said that. It was a great line back in the day. And Fernando says the AEW women's division is stacked. It's a lot more stacked now than when AEW started. That is true.